Can you think back to a time when you received a bad grade on a test for the first time, when grades really started to matter? I mean a test that you studied really hard for and you put all your effort into. What happened when you first looked at that grade? Did your heart sink? What were your first initial thoughts? Why did I study this hard if I'm only going to receive this kind of grade? Did you feel that all that studying you did was worth it? Or maybe you never cared about grades. How about when you were learning how to ride a bicycle for the first time? I'm sure you fell and hurt yourself at least once that day. Did you try it again? Do you have one of those situations in your mind? So with either of those scenarios, how did you react? Was it a negative reaction or a positive one? If it was the grade scenario, did you go home and tell someone about it? And how did they teach you to handle that situation? How did they react to your bad grade? If it was the bicycle scenario, did someone help you up and encourage you to try again? We learn from a very young age how to react to life situations and circumstances. When I was a senior in high school, I had transferred from a high school which was integrated into the local community college, and I was on track to graduate high school with my associate's degree. And I transferred back to the local high school because I was failing, had bad grades, and was not doing so well. I was hoping for a fresh start at the local high school. I was hoping to graduate and move on and leave all my past failures behind and start new. Well, that didn't happen. At the time, I didn't see my dad very much. He didn't really know what was going on at school. And my mom was a stay-at-home mom to raise us. For my last semester of my senior year, I started skipping class, walking home from school, getting rides with friends, hiding from my parents. And one day I got fed up with the situation. I put myself in a situation that felt I couldn't get out of. I broke down at home in front of my mom, and I told her I was upset, frustrated, depressed with my life at the time. I don't remember her exact words, but what I needed was someone to encourage me and tell me, you got yourself into this, and you can choose to get yourself out of it. It's your choice and your life. You can make of it what you want. No one is going to live this life for you. You have to do it. Now, presenting here before you today, I believe I allowed that situation to define me in a positive one. We all make a choice to allow people, situations, or life circumstances to define who we are as a person and how we are going to live this life for the better or worse. I would like to encourage you to choose the life that you will enjoy and pursue happiness in whatever form that is for you. Stand and make a declaration for yourself and choose not to allow your past to define you except in one way. Only the good, and I mean only good, because even in negative situations and circumstances in your life, you should be able to gain something of value from that negative experience that you can use to excel you to your destiny. I know the experience I shared with you wasn't that negative compared to others may have experienced, but for me, it was a defining moment as a teenager. Think for a second in your life so far, a moment that has defined you as a person, an experience that has defined you. How did you react to it? What choice did you make after that? How did you let it define you moving forward? Each experience on this earth defines you in small, subtle ways or huge, defining ones. For me, I knew from that day on, I made a choice that I did not want to be in that situation again. I did not want to feel that way again. I did not want to let myself down again. And I knew from some time after that, I could change the situation that I'm in. I know from personal experience, going through a divorce, that you have to choose to take from the experience the good and the bad and decide to apply to your life the positive ones. Most people do not want to admit that their past defined their present self. But that is the case with everyone on this earth. I know my divorce changed me, and I chose to take the positive from that experience because no one else is waking up each day as me. Only I am. And only I can make the choice to wake up each day and put my best foot forward, no matter how someone else has treated me or hurt me in the past. I believe that I'm a better person because of my experiences. I know that those experiences molded me into the person I am today. We must choose to make that choice each day to better ourselves and those around us. I did all I knew I could do at the time during my divorce. I have no regrets. I made a choice to move forward, to be the best person I could be from that experience. So now some positives I gained from that experience are, I now know how to disagree with someone in a respectful way. I now know how to respectfully, in love, approach a sensitive subject. I now know how much encouragement does for another person and how just a few simple words can excel someone through a situation that seems impossible to them. I now know how to handle and conduct myself when I'm upset in a respectful and loving way. I encourage you to go back through some of your life experiences that you may not want to remember or think about because they were so hurtful to you. But I implore you and encourage you to do so to gain the good, the wisdom, and the understanding from those circumstances. One last thing. If you are still hurt by an experience in your past, do you think that person that caused that hurt is thinking about how much they hurt you? Do they have to live with that hurt each day? No, you do. And my last question that I'll leave you with, why are you still choosing to let them hurt you? Thank you for your time and attention.